Hi everyone, and welcome to another of my weird lens reviews. Today I present one in a series of reviews of Holga lenses, in this case the very unique Holga Turret Lens, or HLT. Depending on whether you have the Canon mount version, Sony or Nikon version, etc., it comes with a C or an S or an N at the end. Apart from that though, they're all the same. Here I have the HLT-C, or Canon version. This distinctive toy has what Holga calls a special lens and filter turret, which juts out to the side. Actually, it comes with two of these turrets, one with coloured filters and one with split image and macro effects. They have magnets on them which let you attach them to the main lens body and rotate them around. The main body of the lens has an optic which seems to be about 50mm in focal length with an aperture of about f/22, so it's a pretty dark lens, most suitable for shooting on a bright sunny day. The whole thing costs around £30, which is about what you'd expect to pay for something that's really just a bit of fun, and it is at least built quite nicely. I do feel oddly nervous about having such a big magnet so close to my camera, but I presume it's not a problem, otherwise Holga would have done a recall or something by now. It comes with a nice Holga lens bag and front and rear lens caps. Now for the fun part, let's take a look at those effects. Here's some footage through the optic with no filters. As you can see, it's pretty soft to say the least. Here's the red filter, now the blue, now yellow, now green with a hole in the middle, and red with a hole, and now yellow with a hole. Here we have red on the bottom and blue on top, yellow on the bottom and green on top, yellow on the bottom and blue on top. And now we are back to normal. Let's change to the special effects turret. Here's the image split in two. Here's the image split in three across the middle. This effect splits the image into quarters. Now the image is split into 5. It looks cool here. Now the image is divided in 3 from top to bottom. And finally, we have a kind of hazy crosshatch effect, which doesn't seem to be doing much in a normal picture, but if you point your camera at something with bright lights, like this Christmas tree, then you get pretty gnarly 4-point sunstars, which look cool. Also, there are 3 macro settings. Here's some normal footage of a tree branch, and here it is with the macro 250 setting. It looks quite cool, really. Here's macro 120. And finally, we can get very close indeed with the macro 60 filter. The video footage and blurry background actually look quite cool, I think. Well, like I said, this product is a toy, but just out of curiosity, let's take a look at its image quality. I'll test it on an aps-c camera, a 20 megapixel Canon 70D. There are no focus controls on this lens, unfortunately, and from my shooting experience, it seems like the lens's optimum focus distance is about 3 meters. Here's a test picture I took at 6 meters, and here's one at 3 meters. As you can see, the one at 3 meters is sharper, so there you go. You have to move quite close for best performance. The lens is very soft in the middle of your images, and even more so over in the corners, so we are not getting any pleasant surprises in terms of picture quality. Using a color filter makes the image even softer, even back in the middle of the picture frame. And unsurprisingly, if you choose to use one of the split filters, then any kind of image quality at all will go straight out of the window. Even as we zoom out and see the whole picture, the image is very soft. Well, I suppose that getting sharp pictures isn't really the point of this lens, but still, I was hoping for something with at least slightly more useful picture quality. You can fit this lens onto a full frame camera, so here's a picture taken on my 20 megapixel Canon 6D. You get crazy vignetting in the corners because the lens is designed for crop sensor cameras. But the picture is a bit clearer in the middle of the image frame than it was on aps-c, even if the corners are still incredibly soft. What Holga don't tell you is that you get an extra special effect for free. Simply aim your camera at the nearest strong light source and you get all manner of crazy flaring. It looks very cool though, and I imagine this lens's target audience would actually enjoy pointing this thing at bright light, just for the effect. At the end of the day, this is an enjoyable piece of kit, but don't mistake it for something that has any serious value professionally, unless you're doing some funky video work. If the photographer on your wedding day turns up with this lens on his camera, then I'd be interested to hear from you about the protracted and entertaining legal actions that would surely follow. The instruction manual for this lens states that this product will provide a touch of Holga to your images. It'll certainly give you a bit of fun without breaking your camera, and that's all you can really ask from a touch of Holga.